Welcome everyone to Final Fantasy X-2 HD Remaster, that is right. So this game is currently on the PS4 as well as the PS3, but I am playing the PS4 version. Now, it's been a while, I guess a little while I should say, since I actually played a Final Fantasy Let's Play. The last Let's Play I finished of Final Fantasy would be Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, which I believe I was doing at around February, around there-ish. And then I played Final Fantasy 15 for a little bit. I made it through about 11 or so videos and I stopped. And the biggest reason why I did that was because I never explained. But honestly, at that point, I was just kind of over all this stuff, a lot of different stuff, and the game in general was a very different game. It's not a typical Final Fantasy game. It's a lot more of like exploration, and it's a very wide and expansive game. It's basically an action role-playing game. And I was not in the mood to really figure out a completely huge game playing blind, so I took a break from it. I never went back to it, and now I decided to finally go back into Final Fantasy. But I'm not going to do 15 yet. I'm not going to go back to 15 quite yet. Instead, I will do X-2 first. X-2, although it is a rather large Final Fantasy game, I'm not going to call it a wide, expansive game. Yes, there are side quests, and yes, there's a goal for 100%, but I'll be honest right now. As far as getting 100% goes, I probably will not be doing it. I'm going to try my hardest to do as much as I can, but I'm not going to do it. With that being said though, I am still going to show off the good ending and the perfect ending near the end of the game, even if I don't get the certain criteria. So, let's go ahead and do a new game, and hopefully you'll enjoy Final Fantasy X-2. I will be completely honest with you right now though. A big warning. If you think this game is anything like Final Fantasy X, and if you saw my Final Fantasy X Let's Play, you would know it's a very serious game. If you think this game is anything like that, like the sequel to that game, hell no. If you don't like cheesy/corny games, this is not the Let's Play for you. Because this game, despite it having good gameplay, it's somewhat corny as hell. And if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. But let's play it. Here we go. Hopefully you'll enjoy X-2.
In position. It's showtime, girls.
Want in on this number? Then show me your moves.
Think you can keep up?
Okay, and just like that, we get taken into the first battle of the game. That is right. So Final Fantasy X-2 introduces, or not introduces, I should say, goes back to the ATB system introduced in Final Fantasy IV, and it stayed until Final Fantasy IX, but it was gone in 10. But it's back in this game. So basically, apparently this enemy that we're fighting, this question mark person, is actually a fake Yuna. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, you can chain attack in this ATB. For example, if you wait until everybody's attacks fill up, or bar, spam it, and then you can build chains. The more chains you build, the more damage you do per hit. So generally speaking, it is better to chain attack, see like that. Because if you just spam it as soon as the bar fills up, I mean, sometimes I will be doing that in a Let's Play. It kind of depends, honestly. One thing I can also do is steal. If I go to steal with Rikku, because there's a thief class, I can say. If I steal... Stole a high potion, not bad, right? Okay. So as you can see, the damage we're doing is really pathetic at this point. It's pretty much non-existent, like 16 damage. Are you kidding me with a slash?
I could have danced all night.
Sorry! No time for an encore.
Hold still!
Okay, so we need to run. Oh god.
Out of the
This one
way!
here is a fixed encounter, I guess you can say. They're just goons, so it's whatever, really. But yeah, like I said, you know, this game, it does return back to, I guess, the roots of what made Final Fantasy, you know? Because Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, they didn't really, I guess... I mean, obviously Final Fantasy 1 is really important. Oh, shit.
Out of the way!
I need to move forward, man. What am I doing? But yeah, as you can see, all we can do now is just attack normally. And Pain does have swordplay, and I guess generally speaking, okay, power break, you know? It's like Orin's power break. I want to see one thing though, isn't there a fucking... I can't run that way! Dude! I'm in the wrong place! Shit, okay, I'm already messing up already, it's only part 1. We're 9 minutes into this video and I'm already screwing up like crazy. I mean, at least I'm getting experience. Wait, actually, am I? I don't think I am. Don't you get experience for doing this shit? I'm pretty sure you do. Maybe not in this HD remastered. Alright, so there she is. Before I run that way, though, I'm gonna come this way. Okay, these fucking dreams are in the way. And yes, I swear a lot. I mean, recently I've been swearing a lot more, and I totally shouldn't be doing that. You know, just saying. Oh yes, one thing I didn't mention, you just saw Rikku attack right there and she kind of missed an attack but then did it again. Rewind the video a little bit and you'll see what happened. I love that mechanic because like in Final Fantasy 13 that doesn't happen. If your character takes a strike, oh my god, how many counters are in here? But you know, if your character takes a strike and they miss the attack on the enemy because like they're moving back or something got in the way, they just lost that attack. Like, they just fucking lost it. But in this game, it's not like that. Like, nope, they don't lose it, because you kind of saw Rikku do that a little bit, and she kind of missed. Much better made, in my opinion.
Nice knowing you.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things to critique about this game, and generally speaking, people do critique this game a lot. Okay, go to this Moogle, examine it, and you restore some HP. Cool. That's actually very important for later in the game, though, talking to that Moogle. I mean, it's not a Moogle, it's a Moogle custom, because there's no Moogles that are that big. I'm just saying. If you thought there was, I'm sorry, but there's not. Learn Sentinel. That's another thing I haven't talked about yet. There's actually a lot of things to talk about for this game. There really is. But for now, I'm not going to mess with anything yet. Just keep going. Okay, at least those enemies didn't touch us. Okay, now we can just run this way. Because we're still in the introduction section.
Hey, you run too fast!
You're too slow, little girl. Show's over!
Youch.
This way.
Alright, so Yuna came back. We have our full team, known as YRP. So yeah, let's just go ahead and chain. Whoops, I kind of screwed up right there. You gotta mash the X button faster, man. Alright, so there's pretty much no way to heal here. Look at those nice chains, and Logos is already down.
Cannot speak.
Yeah, just chain attacks, like I keep saying, just chain attacks. I believe Logos only has 86 HP. Actually, both Logos and Orme only have 86 HP each. At least that's what my walkthrough says. I've had this walkthrough, this little strategy guide from Brady Games since I was like, I mean, since the game pretty much came out in like 03 or something, you know? And it's so beat up, but I just use it as a reference. I'm not going to be basing everything off of this.
Enough sniveling, boys. Persistent, aren't you?
My grid. You give us back Uni's garment grid right now.
Didn't you girls ever learn to share?
Give it back.
Very well, it's yours. But it won't be yours for long, loves.
Alright, the first true boss battle. The other ones were mini bosses. Alright, so this is actually a tutorial boss battle though. So basically press L1. Find a different dress sphere. Dress sphere is equivalent to a job in this game. If this looks confusing, not to worry. I mean, it's supposed to be freaking confusing. I'll be talking about this as we go. It's just that it's all introductory stuff now. But basically, there are jobs. The job system does come back. You know the job system that was created in Final Fantasy 3 first? It came back in Final Fantasy 5. And it didn't really exist since Final Fantasy V. I mean, in many Final Fantasies, certain characters had certain roles in battle, but there was no true job system in which you can change from one to another. The only games that actually did that were the Final Fantasy Tactics series. Anyway, as you can see, Yuna is simply using Darkness Dance. She's not actually attacking, she's just doing Darkness Dance, and that's it. Which is pretty much blinding LeBlanc. Attack, attack, dance, Darkness Dance, blind her again. And that's all that's happening. Just keep blinding, and that's it. I can probably switch her back to attacking, but there's really no point in doing that yet, because she's already dead. Simple boss battle time.
I won't let you off so easily next time.
Get back here!
Rikku.
Huh? What? What? Hey,
Corny scene number 1, people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'll shut up though about that. I mean, I guess I'll bring it out sometimes, but I'm gonna try not to criticize the game too much, as you already know. Alright, so now we get all the experience from all those battles, I'm guessing. So we got 12 potions, a Phoenix down, High Potion, pretty much all the battles we did. We're just getting them all in bulk now, the rewards. So yeah, pretty cool. It also said mission complete.
my body just started dancing by itself. I didn't know what was going on. I was frightened. Then, while I was dancing, something happened.
You sure looked like you were enjoying yourself.
I was. It felt like some other person's excitement just took over.
That can happen when you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
Dancing, Yuna! I want to see!
It'll cost you.
One moment.
She's kidding.
What? No dance? Lucidity. Gullwings! Doing goody duck!
I've completed my latest invention.
Creature creator. I'm not going to talk about this right now. There's honestly way more important things to talk about right now. There's a lot. So basically, this game, what does it show, the percentage? Does it not show? Are you shitting me? Okay, whatever. The more cutscenes that you see in this game, the more your percentage goes up to a maximum of 100%. I could have sworn it shows you in this menu though. Maybe it doesn't. I'm being stupid. Anyway, let's see. Sphere changes, I guess I'll do short. It's just like the summoning Aeons, I guess. I like to keep it short. ATB mode. Generally speaking, I do wait, but I mean, it kind of depends. ATB, fast. Cursor, I'll probably do default. Battle help, on. Vibration, off. Subtitles, on. Subtitle names, on. Guide map, on. Okay, cool. Does it save? Yes. Alright, so let me just talk about the menu a little bit here. So here's items. Now, items, it's pretty basic. We have potions, 200 HP, high potions 1000, and Phoenix down, revives from KO. This I don't need to explain. You also have your key items. We have a new beginning sphere, and that's it. What the hell is that, you may ask? We shall see in just a bit, but here's all the key items we can get in the game. Quite a lot. Moving on to white magic. So, the reason why there's an actual menu for white magic is because you can use white magic outside of battle, but not black magic. The thing is, nobody has any fucking white magic at the moment, so it's pretty pointless. Equip. We can change equipment. So every single character in the game here has their Garmin Grid equipped, their Dress Sphere equipped, and 2 accessories. I only have one. This thing improves MP by 40%, which is not bad. I guess I'll give it to somebody. Why not? Who the fuck needs MP though? I don't know. You? Sure, take it. One thing I will do though is actually change you back. But you know what? Okay, before I do that, I should talk about Garmin Grids. So in this game, there are Garmin Grids. Garmin Grids are essentially the way in which you're able to put, I guess, jobs. And when I say jobs, I mean dress spheres, but I'm using them interchangeably, dress sphere or jobs, okay? Garmin Grids are, I guess, you can say it's the place where you put jobs and where you're able to like move around. So it's like, for example, before I talk about that, let me go to the actual Garmin Grid section. So in the Garmin Grid section, remember that every character can equip only one Garmin Grid at a time. We only have one Garmin Grid available to us, and that is the First Steps Garmin Grid, the most basic Garmin Grid in the game. In this Garmin Grid, so as you can see, all 3 are equipped to this Garmin Grid. Sure, I'll rearrange it though. I'm probably not going to do anything though. So, you're able to designate slots and put jobs in there. We have 4 jobs available to us in this game at the beginning. We have the Gunner job, the Warrior, and again I can say Dress Sphere as well, the Warrior, the Songstress, and the Thief. So, it gives you a little basic idea here. Use a gun to fire enemies from afar. Fight with powerful sword attacks and high defense. Aid allies by singing and dancing your way to victory. Steal item skill and just about anything else with Flim Flam. So that's like the basic idea of what the job is, but I'm pretty sure if you've played Final Fantasy for a long time, you would kind of know the rules of battle. Except maybe Gunner, that's a little more unique, but whatever. So, again, I can go to like rearrange, and I can then select, like, let's say this spot, and move it over there. See what I'm saying? So you get to pretty much move your jobs accordingly wherever you want. So for example, I have Thief right here. So I can put Thief there. Basically, in battle, if you want to change jobs, what you're going to be doing is that depending on your job, you're going to start in that section. So for example, if I were to press L1 in battle for Yuna's turn, she would start here. And then I can move to a job that's adjacent to this spot. So I could switch to a Songstress if I want to, because there's a line connecting it, like that. Or I could switch to a Thief if I want to. Or I could switch to some stuff over here that I can put, but I mean, I could do that. I could put like you over here if I want. That way Yuna can change to anything at all, like, you know, whenever she wants. But at the same time, the Songstress can't really change to Warrior, but that's pretty good, you know, if I put them like this. So Pain can switch over to Gunner and Thief. Rikku can switch over to all 3, and if anybody's a Songstress, which they're not at the moment, they can switch to only these 2 initially, but not there, so they will require an extra turn to then switch over here. Something unique happens when you're able to fill out the entire Garmin Grid in one battle and switch everywhere, but I'm not going to talk about that quite yet. So that's the basic idea. Again, you can switch jobs freely as long as it's adjacent from your spot. What? Oh. Okay. Yeah, whenever you do this, you gotta like change or some shit. I don't know, but I'm gonna put you as a thief. And what? That's funny. Mass Effect Andromeda version ready to install. I don't know if that appears in the capture card. I'm pretty sure it does, though. Alright, so I'm gonna put them as their basic jobs, you know? So that's pretty much it about Garmin Grid. Let's go back to equip. So as I was saying, every single character in the game can equip a Garmin Grid, a dress sphere, and 2 accessories. I only have 1 accessory at the moment, and she's getting it, whatever. I'm gonna switch it to Gunner. Now I can truly say that nobody's a songstress now. That's fine. I only have 1 Garmin Grid. That's a fine dress sphere. Yeah, I recommend not putting all warriors or all thieves. Have a nice mix at the moment, you know? So that's pretty much all I can do, you know? I mean, I can go to everybody and we'll have the same Garmin Grid. And there's your dress sphere. You can also see your stats right here, as you can see. So the strongest one, let's see, 15, 12, 20. Okay, makes sense. Abilities. Abilities is essentially how you learn, well, new abilities. I mean, come on. It's similar to like the GF system in Final Fantasy VIII of AP. In this game, you do earn AP, but not for your summons, not for GFs or whatever, but for your job. So, as you can see, here are all the abilities that each of the dress spheres can learn. Now, these abilities are only for that character. So let's see, if she learns Pot Shot, and then I give Rikku a Gunner dress sphere, she's not going to know Pot Shot. So it's only per character here. Every character has to individually learn each ability. So, I mean, she's learning this. Damage to an enemy? I don't know what the hell. Basically, she knows Attack and Trigger Happy. Commands such as Item are not unique to the dress sphere. You can always use that. So, you know, just to be aware of that. Trigger Happy, you just press R1 repeatedly during a lot of times with multiple hits. I mean, it's pretty cool. Now, don't... Actually, you can't even do that. I was about to say, don't select one that's mastered already, but the game doesn't even let you do that. So I gotta do that. I could do Enchanted Ammo to inflict magical damage to an enemy. It's pretty much like Attack. Pot Shot. Burst Shot, critically damage one enemy. Dark Proof, that's a passive ability. If you look at the symbols, it kind of tells you what it is. These little arrows are actual commands in battle. You have to select a command. These, I guess purple triangles are passive abilities. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Trigger Happy. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do Dark Proof. So once I get 30 AP, she will be immune to darkness as long as she's a gunner, you know? And I can switch like this if I want to. See? I can then look at her warrior skills. I can look at her songstress skills, etc., etc. If I go to the next character, though... Wait, how do I... There we go. Rikku. She currently knows Attack and Steal. And she's about to learn Pilfer Gil. Steal Gil from one enemy. Okay, she can also learn Flee. She can learn First Strike. Item Hunter. Okay, Borrow Time. I'm gonna keep Pilfer Gil because she's almost there. Screw that. Just focus on the one that, you know, is their job at the moment. Attack, she already learned Sentinel, and that was during the battle, so that's cool. Take less physical damage until next turn. Flame Tongue, Ice Brand, Armor Break, Power Break. Interesting. That is a really good... Wow. That's really good. I'm going to go ahead and do Armor Break, though. I feel like Armor Break is going to be better to be using now. So there we go. That's abilities. Every time you learn an ability, make sure to go back here to the menu and select the next one, just like the GFs in Final Fantasy VIII. Accessories, you already know. I can see all the accessories. It doesn't show equip ones, though, on this menu. As you can see, I have 0 because it's already equipped on Yuna. Next thing, dress spheres. So for dress spheres, you're actually able to see the dress sphere itself, you know, and like I guess a bigger description of it. And as you can see, there are a lot of jobs in the game. We only have 4 at the moment. Creature. What? Oh, that's for later. Who cares? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that quite yet. Party member. No. No. Oh yeah, because that's new actually to this game. The whole creature thing, isn't it? I mean, at least to the HD remaster version. I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember that too well. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess talk to a couple of these people. I mean, I'm gonna keep these videos around 30 minutes each.
This is Pain. I look up to her as a sphere hunter, and also as a friend. I still don't know her very well. She's not exactly the talkative type. I heard she joined the Gullwings shortly before I did. Rikku doesn't know much about her either.
What now?
Nothing.
Okay, so that's Pain. Even Yuna and Rikku don't know her that well, so if you don't know her that well and you're like, who the hell is this girl? You're not alone, you're not.
I know everything.
Shinra's an Al Bhed. He's a real whiz kid.
So, I could look at this if I want to, and actually I'm gonna go to Treasure Spheres. So in Treasure Spheres, you're able to see pretty much every sphere you have. Remember that new beginning sphere that we had? That transfers over to a journey start in here, so let's go ahead and watch this thing. Set Yuna on her path as a sphere hunter. The date and details of this recording are unknown. So if you guys watched the finale of Final Fantasy X, like the Eternal Calm bonus video, part 100 of my Let's Play, you would know that there was something regarding Kimahri and... Okay, I'll talk about that later.
No, I'm not sorry. I haven't done anything wrong. I know you're listening. If she was your girl, what would you do? How can you blame me for trying to use your weapon? It was the only way I could save the summoner. What would you do if you were me? Let me out! I want to see her!
So that sphere is the reason why Yuna became a sphere hunter. She wants to learn more information about what that could possibly be because it does largely resemble Titus slash Titus slash who gives a shit. Okay, so let me talk to you again.
I know.
If you do the garment, where the hell is the garment grid tutorial? This. If you do this, I believe you get a free garment grid. I already talked about this. I'm just gonna mash it. Just freaking mash it, seriously. Because you already know what I talked about. One thing I haven't mentioned though is, if you see those symbols are in color, the one that we have doesn't have any of those in between, like during the lines, but a lot of them have little symbols, and it correlates to what you see at the bottom. If a character passes from, let's say, Songstress to Warrior in this one, they will gain 5 strength for the remainder of the battle. You know? So it's pretty interesting. But they do give you bonus abilities, and some don't give you just stats, they do actually give you temporary skills or other buffs, you know? But that's pretty much the only new thing I wanted to talk about, because I talked about pretty much everything else. Okay, is that it? Oh, equip. Talking about equip now, I pretty much already know how to equip garment grids, dude. But again, I'm doing this for a good reason. I'm doing this for a very good reason, people. There we go. We got the Vanguard garment grid. So now what I'm gonna do is go to equip. Oh shit, I actually need to put stuff on it first. I mean, seriously? Yeah, I mean, this one's better because it has at least the things. This one is really basic, so I'm just gonna get the hell out of that one. And I'm gonna put Warrior here, Gunner at the top, Songstress in the middle, and Thief on the right. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna go with Equip, and go over here, and select Vanguard, choose Gunner, okay, and then go to you, same thing, choose Thief. Well, you pretty much got the gist of it, right? It's not that complicated. Everybody needs to be equipped with the garment grid and a dress sphere. It's that simple. And you can only equip a dress sphere that's on the garment grid that's equipped. That's pretty much it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing in this episode. As you can see, I did not do that much. It was just a lot of talking about the menus and a lot of intro scenes as well. But in the next one, we shall finally make some progress. We shall finally make some progress. And if you're wondering, where the hell is Waka and Lulu and Kimahri and Orin? Well, Orin, you already know what happened. But where are the people, you know? Don't worry. We shall be able to see some in a couple episodes. So, If you enjoyed this episode in any way, please be sure to leave a like. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day.